You are tuned in to 31 Circle.
Yeah, grab them. That one, yeah, grab them.
G to build the grounds we die on, road to Zion, crossing Babylon, wars cry on, from large to a small scale. We create our own hell, not knowing we can make it heaven. Work to the 7, 1-on-1 like 11. Gamble souls we betting, gamble streets there's no telling. Mind block, brainwash the melon. Talk about being fruitful, poison the tree of knowledge. How you like them apples, God? We lost children living in another man's facade, and with your name in vain, they're willing to protect it all. I live the life of Christ. How many times I held the cross while people throw stones at me and I forgive them all? Innocent prisoner while the criminal gets the ball. I guess the devil has a plan B to get involved. My mama told me no one moves unless the God say so. If that's really right, he lets a lot of shit slide. Break the wings of all evil, I ain't letting shit fly. The one worth crying for will not let a tear glide. Live for what you believe, the idea will never die. Cut off whatever is toxic and poison in your life. Reform.
The reform got changes all around me. Beats we play them down, see? Lyrics on the beat, and we about to break it down, see? Circle so small that the haters not around me. Haters never bound me. Reform, reform. Got artists in the building, fire in the ceiling, music in the making, and we about to make it killing. Reform, reform.
Reform, man. So basically, the way the reform started, I've worked with these guys for a long time. I've known a lot of them for a long time, through the years of me working on my independent stuff. I've worked with every single one of these dudes. And, since the passing of Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, I had this idea to bring everybody that I know together, kind of like a community, like a collective, just to, make good music, positive vibes, you know what I'm saying? Just to bring a change and a change of atmosphere to music right now, you know what I mean? So I decided to just literally, I handpicked all these dudes because I knew all of them had talent. I knew all of them had, super, they're just super gifted, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys are gifted. A lot of these guys are good at what they do, great at what they do, you know what I mean? So I wanted to bring that to the community. I wanted to bring that to our community, show everybody that hip hop can make a change, make a difference, in a more positive light.
The God type, even Lucifer, the one to mess with. Bring the moon to the sun of the morning. Blessings.
Soy letal con la lírica. Dice ser enfermos, pues los mando pa' la clínica. 100% mexicano, no me rajo. A mí me vale madre, y esto lo dejo claro.
I was good at your boy Dirtbag. See, with me, the way I joined the Reform, I kind of joined it off. I wasn't even really supposed to be into it. My boy Infinite hit me up last minute. He was like, yo, I'm gonna have 4 producers in the studio. I don't know how many artists. So, I slid through the same day. As soon as he hit me up with the text, I was like, cool, I got dropped off. As soon as I got there, I met all these cats. Some of them I already knew. But for the most part, I met new cats. And, it's like Egan was saying, or I forgot who they were saying, if it wasn't for the Reform, a lot of these avenues wouldn't be open, and even beyond the studio sessions, like me and Robbie, we link up. We got to, he has a clothing brand. I do photography, same thing with aesthetic. We all link up, give each other photo shoots, try to build and keep the hustle in-house, you know what I mean? So we grow with music and other, endeavors that we do. But yeah, we just hope to, inspire the kids, that come from different backgrounds, you know what I mean? Because you can look at all of us with different stories, different faces, you know what I mean? So if we can do it, y'all can do it too, follow your dreams type shit.
Robbery to murder, it's a cold world, stay with a burner. That's a bitch, I say fuck her as I smoke marijuana. Sip a fit to the dome.
Yeah, so I got involved with the project when my guy Infinite hit me up. It was kind of out of the blue because I wasn't expecting it to go down. He told me that he was going to start a collective of artists, producers. He wanted to do it expeditiously, and that kind of had me like, well, dang, we're going to do this shit right now? Well, I'm with it. So, yeah, he hit me up, and we met up on a Sunday, I think it was, and we cooked up beats, man. I met a lot of guys I haven't met. Some guys, like Infinite said, I have met before, but I think the coolest part was that we all got together, we linked up, and the creativity, the vibes, the passion, all that, man, the drive, it was something else to be there that day, and I'm just blessed to be here, you know what I'm saying? And we gonna keep this thing pushing, man. The Reform, this is just the beginning. Y'all niggas are not ready for what the fuck we got in store, you feel what I'm saying? This is just the beginning. Reform!
We from plenty different cities, but it's still one state. United as one in California, multiple faces, same vision. That's icing on the cake, like Eddie Fruit.
I was in the studio with Infinite,
and we recorded that song in tribute to Nipsey Hussle.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
It was
Nipsey
like
Hussle.
was it at the Instabars?
Yeah,
Okay,
we did an Instabars, and that night we actually started talking about it. He started telling me about how he had this idea, and once he pitched the idea to me, I was like, that's gonna be dope if we can execute it correctly. And so from there, I think we just sat there and started coming up with names, and I actually I just kind of had the idea of just the whole message behind Nipsey's thing, you know. It was like trying to make a change in his community and stuff. So I just kind of thought of that word reform, you know, because it just means change. So I was like, what if we call it the Reform? And he liked the name. So from there, I think we did the logo that night too.
Yeah.
We did the logo that same night. We did everything that same night, and it happened. Yeah, so it was quick, and it was dope that I was like there to be able to come up with a name and stuff. And it actually kind of, the whole session thing too, it was dope meeting everyone. Everyone's crazy talented, and it kind of like, I think what it did for us is kind of push us all to go further with our talent, because I feel like when you're in the comfort of your own studio or whatever, you kind of you're used to writing already, but when you're around other people, you're like, damn, I gotta come hard, you know what I mean? And it's like, so I think it pushed us all to really go hard, I guess. I don't know.
Up with Infinite and pulled up to one of his video shoots, the Vice City video shoot. Got to meet part of the crew. It was a good experience. I met a lot of people. Some of them are part of the Reform, and came through to the first Reform session. Man, like you said, it was like I knew a couple people, didn't know everybody, but we all just linked up as a collective. We all have major talents, major gifts, and we just put them all together in a day. It was like, I don't know, what was it, like a 8 hour session? Like nine, it was probably a 9-10 hour session. We were there for a cool minute. We were there from like early morning to like early morning. So like 10 at night. I know. So we just all came together, man, and we just had one vision and one goal, and we put it together, and it's just growing from here. Like Sean John Jack said, like it's just the beginning. We got more content coming, more videos coming. Like the Reform is just something we started Inland Empire. All of us are from the Inland Empire. That's what we rep. But yeah, it's the Reform.
Ugly Eights. I mean, I think when the beat came on, just because it was so many of us,
right?
It was like 12, 13 MCs up in there. It was like, yo, everybody just keep it ugly. Everybody do an ugly eight. You know what I mean? And that's kind of how that whole thing got started. So you know what I mean? Like everybody wrote their verses. We started spitting them around, and it was like, yo, we wasting time. We need to record this right now. Right. So everybody just started laying their shit, and that was the first joint. Yeah, that was the first record on.
I didn't even know that people wanted to use that. Cause I'm the one, cause I just started throwing shit on.
Right.
I started throwing shit on, and I think that was like the first one I had played, and then I started playing other shit, and then everyone was just like, oh no, yeah, that's dope. Go back to the first one. I was like, you sure? In my head, I'm like, you sure? Like for real? And then they're like, yeah, come on. Woo. And then everybody just got hyped, because that was like the first record, so we were just like excited to do our first record.
Right.
And it was like a 2-3 minute beat, but I had to extend it, do a little chops to it, like little extra shit. And yeah, everybody had an 8. And then how like Ryder said, like it was that like just keep it ugly, so we just call it the Ugly 8s. And that's more like an introduction of just every single individual, you know what I mean? Like whoever's on that track, that's us introducing ourselves, and then as the project goes on, it's just like
learn a little bit more about
like a scatter of just, you know what I mean? Not everybody was on every track on that project. Like, you know, certain people, like certain individuals got certain styles, so they rock with certain beats. And you know what I mean? I rock more with like the boom bap shit. You know what I mean? My brother here is more versatile. He can rock on anything. So, you know what I mean? See, like, you know, like you'll catch him on a few joints. I'm on 2 joints. Produced Ugly Eights, Picasso, Jay Farrell was a fucking beast on that thing, man. Jay Farrell.
Yeah. Alright, so with Picasso, he was playing his beats. Deacon Brown, third child, he was playing his beats, and I was kind of nervous, like to go up after him. I was like, man, like, his beats are dope. And I played Picasso, and everyone just started like going crazy. and I wasn't expecting that. And so everyone wanted to join on it. Everyone's yelling, "Oh, I want a verse! I want a verse!" So everyone killed it on that track, man. This whole album, every song is it's crazy. So yeah, Picasso is something else.
Yeah, Picasso, Greg Soul, Dirt
Robbie on that job.
Chaz, KT, and myself. So Picasso was right. Picasso was really like just like, well, cause you know, like Picasso, the artist, you know what I mean? His art is very like unorthodox, so it's one of those things where we kind of like wanted to bring something, like even though we're like in a positive state, we still wanted to bring out like the gut in it. And so it's like I mean, like that's why I said like ears inside of your eye socket, like what, like it's colorful like that, you know what I mean? And it's just one of them joints where it's kind of like you gotta bring that in.
I feel your presence, we all kings, no more presents. They hate to see us come together in days and still pray for longevity. They hate to see the reform, bitch you better. 750 for the leather, yeah you know who get it better. And no longer my bill past due. MJ, Cole, had you, LA, nigga, what about you?
We from plenty different cities, but it's still one state. United as one in California, A.
This is Romer, the way I was brought into the Reform family. My boy Infinite hit me up and he had told me, you know, he's putting a little project together, something bring positivity to the community, you know. So I was like, I'm all for it, you know what I mean? It was just after Nipsey Hussle had passed. I think it was like, I don't even know how long it was. Infinite, how much longer was it after Nipsey passed?
It was literally like
the next day. Yeah, it was like the next day. You know, we all got together. We went into the studio. It was like 10 hours, you know, straight. It was one of the best moments of my rap history right there, you know. It was cool meeting all these guys right here, forming a group, forming a family, you know what I mean?
Infinite hit me up. I saw him, he made a post about when Nipsey passed away, and the stuff that Nipsey was doing for his community, I've already been trying to do it myself. So Infinite hit me up, said, yo, I'm trying to get this project together. And I've known him for almost like 7-8 years, about 8 years. So every time he's hit me up to work on something, I'm thinking it's just like for that day or just that project, but he said, nah man, I'm trying to do something for like the bigger picture.
As soon as Infinite told me about the Reform, the idea he had, you know, he told me like he wanted to knock out an EP or something with a bunch of different artists, a bunch of different producers in the same day or one day. You know, he told me to just pull up to the studio and like we'd do it, and that's exactly what we did. You know what I mean? Like I was excited to meet new people. You know what I mean? New dope people to work with, and it's cool that Reform was something like positive that brought, you know, a lot of different dope artists into one place, because I don't know, without this, like a lot of paths wouldn't have crossed.
It's a reform! 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 Got artists in the building, fire in the ceiling, music in the making, and we about to make it killing. Reform! Reform! Had it for the reform, we got it poppin'. The realest up in the projects, we got nothing else in common. These other rappers is garbage, I'm flawless and astronomic. I profit among the profits. King call me a highness.